Last time on Ancient World we talked about the Sumerians and already talked a bit about their gods called the Anunnaki. Today our total attention will go to them, and we will try to find out if their gods were actually gods at all, or maybe aliens that made us as a slave race to do their bidding. Sounds far-fetched? Well, let's find out. There are different and often conflicting stories about the Anunnaki stemming from the translations of the Sumerian, Akkadian and Babylonian texts and tablets. Traditional archaeologists and historians believe that the Sumerians described the Anunnaki as the most powerful deities in the pantheon and descendants of the god An. Later, the Anunnaki are portrayed as seven judges who sit before the throne of Eres Kigel of the underworld, and the Akkadians followed that idea. The Babylonians portrayed them as chthonic deities to the underworld, while the gods of the heavens were called Igigi. Traditionalists also say that no evidence has ever been unearthed of any cult of them, and they are mainly mentioned in literary texts. Does that mean that these texts were an early sci-fi story? But there is a different story out there that is based on alternate translations of the text and tablets. It is said that there were 600, of which 300 were set to reign over Earth. In the Sumerian language, God wasn't what we nowadays think it is, but more like ruling authority or royal bloodline of these beings. The Sumerians actually had a monotheistic view of the universe, and they described the Anunna, as they called the Anunnaki, as beings of flesh and blood that drank, ate, prayed, meditated, sang, loved, procreated, fought and died. They had emotions, a hierarchy, powers, knowledge and technological creations. According to this translation, the Anunna believed in an all-powerful and superior force called An or Anu. That was the life force in the universe. The word Anunna or Anunnaki are derived from the word An and Anu, essentially meaning of God, or as some translate it, from the heavens. There is also talk about technological creations. According to some sources, this is about flying birds or flying machines with powerful weapons and super speed, an ancient funeral boat, tablet computer technology, and Anunna god Enki's private underwater habitat. That technology also gave rise to a new race of people when the lesser Anunna complained about the labor they had to do to their ruling god Enki, whom they awakened from his subterranean underwater habitat. Humans were created through genetic engineering, and it is said that there are 6 attempts, as there were failures ranging from deformities to androgynous life forms. These genetic failures were kept alive and cared for in a manner that it required, showing the benevolent nature of these advanced beings. Writings later referred to the black-headed ones, and if you remember from last time, that is what the Sumerians called themselves. Also from last time, it is theorized the genetic development took place in what the Hebrew and Christian Bible call the Garden of Eden. Talking about the Bible, there are some who point out that there is a stark comparative relationship between what these ancient people believed in and some of the lesser known passages of the Christian Bible and the ancient Jewish religious work called the Book of Enoch. So what are the Anunnaki anyway? Are they just a mythological creation story from the over-imaginary mind of some ancient wannabe priest? Or is there something more going on? Eric von Daniken and Zacharias Sitchin have created what is called the ancient astronaut theory. They say these so-called gods, who were said to be of flesh and blood by some of the alternate translations, were nothing more than aliens from another planet, possibly Nibiru, that came down from the heavens. But do they have to be aliens at all? There are people who believe that the ancients had a lot more knowledge than they were given credit for. So was there an advanced civilization before the Sumerians on this very earth that created the human race and then perished somehow, like in a great flood, as in the stories of Atlantis or Lemuria? Just some personal thoughts here. There is one other possibility yet. They really are stories, but not myths. Is it possible that the Sumerian, Akkadian and Babylonian tablets are just a way to describe the heavens, and the Anunna or Anunnaki gods are not gods at all, but stars, planets and our celestial bodies, other celestial bodies, and that it is actually a way to teach or preserve that knowledge for future generations? As always, there is a lot more to tell about this topic than I covered in this small vid. And if you wish, you can do your own research. The links of my sources in the description might be a good start. If I forgot something or you have something to add, don't hesitate to do so. Your thoughts and opinions are much appreciated, so drop a line in the box below. Just be respectful in the comments, as there are real people with real feelings on the other side. If you enjoyed this vid, you can like, share and subscribe, and you may want to click that little bell to receive notifications. I have my You Decide channel you might want to check out. And from my corner of this ancient world to yours, I hope to see you next time. Bye.